Good morning. It is Sunday. It is June 7th, I believe. I don't know, my days are all running together. And tonight I worked my sixth shift this week in the restaurant industry. Um, I'm Kitryn Marie. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. For all of you who were doing the whole Missouri Talk thing, I think Missouri Talk landed on our For You page because now we are being hit with all of this weather that we cannot figure out why it is happening. I kind of believe an earthquake is coming behind all these tornadoes and rain. I mean, my God, the Madrid fault is not too far from us. But like I said, I'm Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art classes, enrichment classes to help better your life. That is one of the paintings up there that I teach in a group painting class. I also teach how to put a vision board together. If you look kind of in the reflection back there, you'll see a vision board. If you're not familiar with what a vision board is, it is a cut and paste art project that allows you to see where you've been, where you'd like to go, and how you would better your life. It's based in life coaching. We can take it to a business coaching aspect if you need it to be, but it helps you be aware of your behavior, your actions, how you have affected people. It's holding up a mirror so you can see who you are and why you have done the things that you do. On my way out here, I have a photo shoot I am doing this morning for a gal who wants to learn more about being body confident, self-image, so she can turn around and take her own photos of herself, because we just live in that kind of a world, especially if you have a business and you're trying to brand who you are. You need to be able to take really decent photos for your social media. So I'm going to be meeting up with her. It's the first photo job I've had probably in 2 years. It was actually a class I taught several years back, beginning posing, beginning modeling. That's how I started out in the creative world. I was a photographer. I'd get in my car and I would just drive till I couldn't drive anymore. I would meet wonderful people, take some great pictures, built my portfolio, and it kind of just snowballed into that. I just finished my first book, a novella, and it will be coming out. It's being published. It should be out between mid-June and probably, I don't think, any later than the beginning of August. I'm really excited about it. It is a chronicle of a couple where their relationship really, really goes bad. It's a psychological thriller, really. It's based in narcissism and how a woman can start out thinking she's on this path to a great love and a great life, blending families, and then the deviant things that the male character gets into, and who he cheats with, and how his life really just spirals out of control. Whereas she's building her life as a journalist, he is failing as a businessman, leads himself into fraud. It's a good book. I have been told it is cinematography and graphic at its best. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm trying to reboot all of my art classes. I will be 64 in July, and I really, really want to lean out of the restaurant industry. I did write on my blog this morning, Pretty in Pink, Perfect in Paisley. The world at large is just changing, and the general public and their attitude and the way that they are reacting towards other people, because they do not know how to self-reflect. They do not know how to turn their TVs off. They are so used to having people tell them who they are and what they do and what they should watch and what they should believe, that they have gotten away from self-behavior, being aware of their own attitudes. And with the weather the way that it is, those that suffer from seasonal depression, all this rain and all these tornadoes and all this devastation, it very much affects a person's personality and attitude. excuse me, in that vision board class, we talk about your personality. We talk about you being a productive environment. We talk about what your training is, really. How did you end up in the job that you're at? And if you did not have the job that you are, do you have other marketable skills that you can go elsewhere, that you are not afraid to leave that familiar misery? Because that's what happens. I love the people that I work with. I have come to an understanding of the entity at the restaurant in which I work. I understand what they're trying to do. I see the changes that they are trying to make, and I remind myself that is not my life. It's just what I've always done. It's where I've always fallen back onto to make that income when my art business isn't thriving. It was going up until the year after COVID, and I'm still trying to recover, trying to rebuild, rebrand it. I have a line of merchandise that I have on hold, things that I have created, a line of merchandise that I have handcrafted, waiting for that moment. People are struggling with their money. I can't say that enough. I see it in the restaurant industry. People don't tip the way that they do. People are wanting what they want now. They don't understand, can't have everything in instant gratification. Instant gratification is only because we have it on our phones. We have easy access to information. And then when people apply it to their everyday life and services, they expect that same thing. And that's just not feasible. And it takes a toll on that person who is getting the brunt of everything. I think people have lost restaurant etiquette. I think some parents, because they've lost control of the way that they manage their children, raise their children, they feel when they go out, they can let their children run amok. And that's just not acceptable. There are standards and there are boundaries, not only in your personal life, but in the areas in which you work. And if you don't want something done in your personal life, you certainly do not want to tolerate it in your work environment. Talk about all that in my business and life coaching class, putting a vision board together. But how are you? How are you managing right now with life? And what have you signed on for that it's not what you thought? And now you're at this place like, where do I go and what do I do and how do I get out of this and how do I move forward and how's it really playing on my health? How's it playing, in mental clarity? How much of faith are you relying on? You're praying for a situation to change, but yet you were not taking the application to actually apply to get yourself into something else. It goes back to, we stay in these miserable comfort zones because we know how to play the game. We know what's going to come next. And it's much easier to suffer in misery and complain about it than actually change the situation to leave the situation. Talk about that too in my life coaching vision board class. But I wanted to pop on this morning before I walked out the door to go do this photo shoot. Like I said, I'm really excited. It's something creative. It gets me out of the mundane of what I've been having to do to earn that income, to provide the lifestyle in which I am choosing to live. I decide what's good for me in my life, nobody else. Nobody else pays my bills. Nobody else sleeps in my bed. It's me and my kid. And as a parent, a single mom here in Missouri, on Missouri Talk, I'm doing the best I can with what I have to work with. But I really want to hear from you. I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach, teach a variety of art classes. Be happy, be blessed. For today, for tomorrow, fate turns on a dime. You decide what side of the coin you want to be on. Reach out, leave me a comment. Let me know what part of Missouri that you are in. Tell me what you do for a living. Let me know how life has been treating you right now. Reach out, Kitryn_Marie at yahoo.com to book any of my classes or just leave a comment below. Take care, stay dry, be happy. Talk soon.